Welcome to chemistry online classes. Last class we have started alkynes topic and we have discussed about the acidity of alkynes, and today class we are going to discuss reactions of alkynes. The first reaction is polymerization reaction. Acetylene gas passed through the red hot tube which undergo cyclic polymerization, that is trimerization, gives aromatic compound benzene. Acetylene gas we are passing through the red hot tube which is a preheated tube. The temperature of the tube will be more than 400 degrees, which undergo cyclic polymerization gives aromatic compound benzene. So here we are using a 3 moles of starting material. How the cyclization takes place is 1 mole I am taking here, I am taking another mole, another mole. This bond is migrated here, this pi bond, such that this carbon and this carbon form a single bond. This bond is migrated here, this bond, such that alternatively single bond form and alternatively double bond, which gives benzene. Similarly, if we take a propyne, which gives substituted benzene. I am taking a propyne, 3 moles. Same condition, if we pass through the red hot tube, which undergoes cyclic polymerization, gives substituted benzene. So whatever the CH3 is there, which will be present in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 comma 3 comma 5 comma trimethyl benzene, are commonly called as mesitylene. So if we take a propyne as the starting material, which undergoes cyclic polymerization, gives mesitylene. Here also we can represent in this fashion also. If I take a propyne, this is 1 mole, this is another mole, these are the 3 moles. This pi bond is migrated here, this pi bond migrated here, and this pi bond is migrated, such that this will be there at 1, 3, 5 positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you write in this fashion, you can clearly see where the substitution is there. In presence of catalyst, acetylene undergo polymerization with 4 moles of acetylene molecule gives cyclooctatetraene. Next we take in presence of catalyst, how the cyclization or cyclic polymerization takes place. In presence of catalyst, instead of 3 moles, 4 moles of acetylene react with each other, and here we are using a nickel catalyst, nickel 2 plus tetrahydrofuran as a solvent, which gives cyclooctatetraene. So total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 carbons, alternative double bond, single bond, double bonds are present. So total number of carbon in the cyclic structure is 8. How many pi bonds are there? 4 pi bonds. It is cyclo octa. 8 carbons are there. Tetraene. Because 4 pi bonds are there, we call it as tetraene. It is a cyclic 8-member ring, cycloocta tetraene, this compound. So how the formation will take place? Now previous case we have seen with 3 moles. Now we look at with 4 moles. 1 mole I am writing in this fashion. Another mole I am writing in this fashion. Third mole. Fourth mole. This pi bond is migrated in this fashion. This pi bond is attached to this carbon here and here. So ultimately what we will get? Cycloocta tetraene. And this is the way the polymerization reaction will take place with respect to the acetylene. If you are not using a catalyst, it will undergo trimerization. If you use a catalyst, it undergo tetramerization, gives cycloocta tetraene. And this is about the polymerization reaction. Let's move on to other type of reaction, oxidation reaction and reduction reactions of alkynes. I start with the oxidation reaction. Alkynes on treatment with alkaline KMnO4 undergo oxidative cleavage at triple bond to form carboxylic acid. Let's take a general example. We are doing the oxidation with KMnO4 in basic environment, alkaline KMnO4. So where the oxidation reaction will take place? The oxidation reaction will take place at triple bonded carbon site, and this carbon is converted into or oxidized into carboxylic acid. Both the carbon. So what product we get? R, and this carbon is converted into carboxylic acid, COH plus. On the other side we have this carbon is converted into carboxylic acid, that is C, and we get R. So here 2 moles of carboxylic acid we get. So simply we have to cleave this triple bond, and these 2 carbons we have to convert into carboxylic acid. Let's take one example. If I take a 2-butane, so what is the name of this compound? But2ine, which undergo oxidation in presence of KMnO4 alkaline media. So where the oxidation reaction will take place? It takes place at triple bonded carbon site, and these 2 carbons, this carbon is oxidized into carboxylic acid. So this is the portion CH3 COOH plus other one is converted into. So if you take a 2-butane, if we take it for the oxidation reaction, it is converted into 2 moles of acetic acid. Let's take one more example. I go with pentane, 2-pentane. which on oxidation in presence of alkaline KMnO4. So where the oxidation reaction will take place? At this 2 carbon site, and this carbon is converted into carboxylic acid. As a result, we get a 2 products. This is propanoic acid CH2, and this carbon is converted into COOH plus what about the right side? Acetic acid. If it is a symmetrical alkyne, so we get only one product. If it is unsymmetrical, definitely we get 2 types of acids. Here propanoic acid and acetic acid. So here we are seeing with respect to the substituted alkynes. If we have a terminal alkynes, how the oxidation reaction will take place, that will be interesting to see. I am taking one example for terminal alkynes. Terminal alkyne means the triple bonded presented at last carbon. So R, C, C, this is the terminal alkyne. If I use same condition KMnO4 and in the basic environment, here we get a different types of product. This carbon will undergo oxidation reaction which convert into carboxylic acid, that we have seen in the previous case. So if you remember alkene oxidation, we have discussed that if this is the only one carbon which is converted into formic acid is unstable in this environment, this is converted into carbon dioxide plus water. So whenever the terminal alkenes we see, this carbon is always converted into CO2 and H2O, and this carbon as usual it is converted into carboxylic acid. Let's take an example. If I take a propine, if we do oxidation in presence of KMnO4 basic environment, is it terminal alkene or not? Yes, because hydrogen is attached to this carbon. Now how many products it can form? So this carbon is undergoes oxidation which gives carboxylic acid, and this carbon undergoes oxidation gives carbon dioxide and water. So what is the product? CH3COOH, and the other side this carbon is converted to CO2 plus H2O. So this type of oxidation reaction we can see with respect to the alkynes in basic environment with a KMnO4 as the oxidizing agent. Let's move on to other reaction, reduction reaction. The reduction reactions, that is sodium in ammonia, liquid ammonia, sodium or lithium, metal dissolved ammonia we will take for reduction of alkyne. Alkynes undergoes reduction in presence of metal sodium, or we can take lithium, liquid ammonia as a solvent, it converted into alkenes. And here interesting thing about this reaction is we get only trans alkenes, hydrogen. You can see these hydrogens are opposite. This product is called trans product. If these hydrogens are in the same side, we get cis. But metal dissolved reactions, that is sodium or lithium in liquid ammonia, always gives a trans product. It is very important with respect to the metal reaction. If you look at the mechanism, We know that sodium and lithium, which readily gives one electron, which is converted into Na plus. What happens here? If we take a alkynes, this pi bond is migrated here such that this carbon get negative charge and this carbon get positive charge. Sodium is giving one electrons to positive charge carbon, which is converted into a anion radical. Now carbon carbon double bond and we have R, and here this negative charge is there, that means, and here positive charge is there, sodium is given one electron which is converted into radical. So when we take sodium, it is minus Na plus because one electron is transferred to this carbon. How I can write this one is this intermediate I can write in this fashion. This side negative charge and here radical, and this we call it as radical anion. The mechanism which follows through radical anion. Here negative charge anion, here radical is there, both together we call it as a radical anion. So this is the driving force for the reactions to form a trans product. Here you can ask why this electron will be there in this fashion, single electron. If you keep in this fashion this single electron instead of this, you must have aware of that electrons repulsions will be there or attractions will be there. It is a negative charge species, always repulsions will be predominant. So to avoid the repulsions or to get a more stable, these single electrons will be there in the other plane such that the maximum distance avoid the repulsions, and that is the intermediate which will form more stable. Instead of this fashion, it will be there in this fashion. So this carbon is negative charge, this carbon is radical. Now ammonia is source for the proton. This sigma bond is given to nitrogen, which is leaved as a minus NH2, and H plus will attach to this carbon. Carbon is having negative charge which forms in this fashion. Now hydrogen is attached R, and here one single electron is there. Now whatever the previous step, Na plus which is attached to NH2, which is converted into sodium amide, NaNH2. Now after forming this free radical, again one more sodium metal will come into the picture. Sodium metal, again it will give one electrons to this and convert it into anion negative. Again one more ammonia molecule will come here which donates proton, and here Na plus and here NH2 minus, which is leaves as a NaNH2 sodium amide, and we get a product trans hydrogen or hydrogen. So this is the mechanism path it will take in the sodium metal in a liquid ammonia. So mechanism as such is not important for you to understand, I have explained, but you have to remember that when we are taking alkynes in sodium metal liquid ammonia, always it will go to trans product formation rather than cis, because when we keep cis position, the anion and radical, those are highly unstable intermediates, it cannot form in the reaction. That's why we won't get a cis product, always we get a trans product. So these are the some of the reactions of alkynes which is there in your syllabus. With this we have completed a unit 3 which is having a topics like a fundamentals of organic chemistry. After that we have discussed about the alkenes preparation and some of the reactions. Then we moved on to the alkadienes, and the last topic is alkynes. Next class we will start another chapter. Thank you.